Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of KigerCraft. I'm KigerCraft here with Kieran, and today we are going to be doing a little caving episode. And we're going to be heading off in this direction, but instead of running over the mountains, we are actually going to take the subway. Well, it's not quite done yet. We still have to put in like rails and stuff. But I figured it would be easier to run this way than running over everything. Mostly what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking in this episode, so we're basically going to be mining stuff up as we do it. But today is our first post-vacation episode. So we are back, we are making more episodes, and I hope you guys enjoyed what was available while we were gone. We had a heck of a fun time making it, and we are rested and everything. This is episode 19, so one of these, this is the final episode before our Q&A, wow, that was really loud. Next episode is the Q&A episode, so if you have questions from this, write them down and submit them to us in the comments. All comments in this video and any left from other videos are going to be what we're going to use, so formulate your questions, and I will also remind you again at the end of the episode. Okay, so we're actually going to be trying to find a cave, and as soon as we do, we'll be right back. Alright guys, after much trial and tribulation, we have made it to the cave. I got some good coal up here right at the start. It was just nighttime, so there's probably going to be quite an infestation of monsters, but that's okay. We'll just kill them anyways. So yeah, we actually had a really good time on my vacation. So basically, for those of you who might have missed out, I went back and I sort of looked at our videos from earlier, and I guess I didn't really explain it terribly well. But basically, I had a bunch of time off, so we went to the Redwood Forest, which is up by Eureka, California, and we went for about a week. It was actually an amazing time. Having been a California resident all my life, it's been one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, there's all this, California stuff, and it's, there's things, and whoa, ravine. Hey, zombie. But one of the things is that when you live, like, right next to something, and this is something that I've noticed with multiple places, you tend not to go there because they're always kind of, like, there. If you live next to some national monument or some historical site or some natural wonder, it's like, oh, I don't really have to go right now. I could just go anytime. That's kind of like how it was with me. Like, I've lived in California, like I said, all my life, but I've never actually been to a lot of the places that people actually come to California for. It's a little weird. Like, I've never been, well, I have been since, but, like, for the most part of my life, I had never been to Yosemite, which is amazing, by the way, and I haven't ever been to the Redwood Forest, so I was like, well, let's fix that, and, so we went there, and, the first day we left at, like, butt crack early in the morning. I think we left at, like, 6 a.m., had breakfast, and then we were out by, 7, out of town. And we decided to take the scenic route, and it was pretty friggin' amazing. I'm really glad that we took that route. Also, I should probably mention that there are a ton of pictures. I actually took my my fairly new DSLR camera, and I went and I took just so many pictures. I think I came back with almost 1,000 pictures. I think it was close to like 900 pictures. It was amazing. I was taking pictures of everything. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. So we took the scenic route, and the scenic route took us up through Redding, which is all the way up in the northern part of California, like really, really northern part. And it took us about 2 hours longer than it really should have, because we were going pretty slow. It was definitely the right decision, though. It went through some national park. I think it was Trinity National Park, and it was just absolutely amazing. There's one of the things I realized is that there's still so many parts of California that are just like untouched, like natural forest, and it's really, really awesome. And you know, I took, like I said, so many pictures. They're all like, I went through everything that I took and I put them all up on my Flickr page, which obviously we'll link to. But that's actually one of the reasons why you should follow us on Twitter, because I posted all of the best pictures so everybody could see them. And those people who follow us on Twitter were able to see them before anybody else, really. So that's definitely one of the reasons you should follow us on Twitter. And then once we got there, it took us, like I said, about an additional 2 hours, but the time was totally worth it. We saw amazing lakes, saw amazing trees, so much amazing stuff. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So it was like the vacation hadn't even really started yet. We haven't even made it to the hotel, and we were like, you know, best vacation ever, hashtag. So it was pretty cool. Oh, a dungeon. Let's go armed with torches. Spiders. Dead. Alright, awesome. Let's go ahead and light this place up. Alright, let's see what we got. Golden disc, green disc. I'll take that bread because I got some on me. So that's a bunch of other stuff. And some iron, another golden disc. Some more bread. Hey, a name tag, 2 name tags. Yeah, 2 name tags, some iron horse armor. Not bad. Alright. Should I? Yes, I'm going to dig up the mossy cobble. So yeah, so like before we even like really got started on vacation, it was like hashtag best vacation ever. I have actually, my family never really went on vacation all that much. So I mean, I've only really been on 2 vacations, quote unquote, my entire life. And both of them were to Walt Disney World. Not like a lame vacation by any stretch of the imagination, but the first time was in 1996, and the second time was in 1998. So it's been a really, really long time since I've like kicked off my shoes and said, yeah, I'm going to this place and I'm gonna have myself a good time. So yeah, it's been a while. But you know, this one was probably the best decision I could have ever made. It was, my plan was to just totally like relax and have just this, you know, the most relaxing time I possibly could. Because work kind of stresses me out. I'm just kind of one of those people that gets stressed out like super easy. So, oh, that's like a lake or a river or something. So I really needed the time to unwind, and it really, really helped so much. So we were there for several days, and it was like, you know, first day, you know, was the trip, and it was like awesome. Definitely the scenic route. If you guys can ever take a scenic route, definitely do it. I'm super glad that we did. I was like, well, I don't want to, you know, be in the car for like an additional like 2 hours, because it's actually longer. It took us longer to go the scenic route than it did the regular route, according to Google Maps. Oops. So it was kind of like one of those things, but you know, the extra time was totally worth it. And then the first day, we went to this amazing beach, and there was so much cool stuff. I'm going to block this this off. There was all this driftwood, these giant things of driftwood. There was a bunch of mussels or clams or something that had died on the beach. There's a bunch of crab parts, but I don't think I posted any pictures of that stuff. Can't really see up there. I think there's some stuff up there, but I can't tell. Let's go ahead and... Oops. Don't lose the iron. Let's go ahead and go on up here, see if there's any way to get to another cave system. Doesn't look like it. It's hella dark though. And then we stopped off at like a visitor center, and then we headed to this place called the Ladybird Johnson Grove, and it's just nothing but like really thick, dense forest, gigantic redwood trees. I mean, these things are like huge, and they're not even like the biggest ones, so it was kind of like, wow. Things are friggin' huge. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. We spent a good amount of time there. Really enjoyed the walk, and we actually experienced a little bit of Minecraft. In the update, there's going to be Podzol in one of the new biomes, or is it currently in the game? I don't remember. Oh, it's already in the game. Okay, yeah. So I guess there's these biomes. This shows how much we've actually explored the game. You know, where they have Podzol on the ground, and the Podzol is like, I guess, compressed pine, like not leaves but needles. Did we really tap this cave out already? So yeah, it looks like we tapped this cave out. So we're gonna hunt around and see if we can find some more. But oh, man, I'm completely losing my train of thought. So the Podzol, so those pine needles that are compressed on the ground, and it was like there was actually like real Podzol there, and it was so nice. It was really weird to walk on, because you know, when you have like the ground, if you know the ground is hard, you know, you step on the ground and it has like a specific kind of feeling to it. Podzol is completely different. Podzol actually feels like walking on a boardwalk. Like you're literally walking on nothing. Like it's empty below you, but it's actually like the ground. It's a really weird sort of experience. I'm gonna get this coal. So that was actually my first experience with something sort of in Minecraft like that, because I actually had no idea what Podzol was, and it was really awesome experience, to be honest. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. So now it's like whenever I see it in the game, I'm gonna be reminded of that time that I went to the forest and I walked on Podzol, and it was awesome. Alright, so we're actually going to take a quick break right here. We're going to attempt to try and find another cave, and we'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. So we found this little cave right here, so I'm actually going to give us a little water path down, so that way we can get back up in case this doesn't actually pan out. And looking pretty good. Oh, come on, really? Burn. There we go. Whoa, zombie. Alright. Looks like another sort of ravine type cave. Alright, this should work. We'll pick back up where we left off here. Whoa. So the Podzol was a pretty cool experience. And then we went to like a wildlife refuge. The wildlife refuge was not very wild and didn't have, or it was pretty wild but didn't have much life. I guess it was kind of like the wrong time of year to be there. I guess like there are wet seasons and dry seasons, and I guess we went during a dry season when there isn't very much there. So we saw a couple birds. I got some shots of some couple birds, and it was pretty cool. But like almost immediately, we ran into this little tiny baby deer, and it was so cute. I actually scared it by being loud. So initially it started running away, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's a baby deer!" And then it like scared it more. So it was like walking away, and I was like, "Screw these guys! These guys are scary." And then it was like, what are they doing? They're not chasing after me. So it kind of like hung out a little while and sort of walked back towards us. And I got some really good shots of it once it got closer. And then it sort of like ducked off into a nearby bush and then disappeared, and we never saw it again. So that was actually pretty cool, because it was really cute. And then there were some birds and things like that. I did get some pretty good bird pictures, which are generally pretty hard to capture. So I'm actually kind of proud of that. Yeah, not like cool birds though, like pelicans and like a stork. It's not like crazy cool. But you know, it was pretty good. I can't really complain all that much. The like I said, the bird shots are generally considered harder to do, and being an amateur photographer, I was actually pretty pleased with how a lot of my shots came out. So I can't really complain at all, really, because I feel like I did a really good job. Just jump over this. Whoa. Bears. Let's go ahead and just get across here. So let's see, what did we do after that? After that, we went to the big part of the forest where like the biggest trees are, or not the biggest, but the bigger trees. We were actually not in the park where the biggest trees are. Those were actually quite a ways away from where we were. We were at the medium gigantic trees, rather than the super huge trees that I guess everybody likes to go to. But I didn't want to be in like a super crowded place, so that was sort of like one of my motivations, is to like not be around people, because I'm around people all the freaking time for work, and I kind of wanted to just not be around people that I didn't want to be around, you know, for once. So that was nice. Let's see, let's mosey on over here. I don't want to pick that stuff up. Alright, there we go. So we did still see some really super huge trees, which is friggin' awesome. And it was kind of funny because when we went there to the big tree place, there were several like hiking paths, and we didn't go there to hike. So we were like kind of like, well, what do we do? And it's like, well, you know, we'll just walk this one because it's like supposed to be like a loop. You go around, you come back, and everything like that. So that's what we did, or so we thought. It turns out that after like, I don't know, like maybe an hour or so, we actually came out to the end of the trail, and we're like, ah, finally. This trail was long, way longer than we anticipated. We come out and we're like, wait, this isn't where we started. And it was some road like 4 miles from where we started, and we're like, oh god, we took the wrong trail. The trail that we took was not a loop. It was actually a moderate difficulty hiking trail, and we yeah, we walked the entire thing and then had to walk back after we were done. We were dying, like literally dying, because we had walked, yeah, accidental athleticism. We had walked like way longer than we had anticipated doing, and then had to walk back. So thankfully we were smart, and we took water, and we took like snacks and stuff, so we could, like, you know, rehydrate and everything, because I actually, by the time we had gotten to that point, I actually was super duper thirsty, and thankfully we had plenty of water and stuff. So it's a good tip, kids. Whenever you're going out and doing anything, you know, make sure that you take plenty of food and water, especially when you're in like wilds like that, because people get lost and people die. So it's Tig's safety tip of the day: don't get lost, don't die. There you go. Now you know how to be safe. And then we did like some other miscellaneous things, and you know, we ate like a ton of pizza, and you know, it was really kind of a weird experience. Like, we tried to go to this restaurant, and then we stumbled into this place where there were just like, it was almost like a time portal. There was just like hella hippies, like hippies freaking everywhere. Yeah, it was really, really weird. I was like, didn't hippies all die in like the 60s? Apparently not. Apparently they all live in Northern California. So if you have like a hippie phobia or something like that, you don't ever want to go where we were. Just saying. Just saying. And then we tried going to this place called the Fern Canyon, which was basically this. It wasn't really a canyon per se. I wouldn't really call it that, but it was like this, like kind of like this riverbed that had high walls where all these like ferns were growing on it. So it was kind of cool, but it was crowded. So I was not happy about that. The crowds were just like so big, and people had like kids that were like 3 and 4. They were like screaming bloody murder, and because they were like, oh, there's like this little stream of water, and these kids are like crying, and I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? So that was like the one part of the trip that I kind of regret. I was kind of lured in to, you know, oh, it's like, you know, this is where they filmed like a scene from Jurassic Park, and I was like, oh, that's cool, I want to see it. And yeah, it was like, I was like, if I wanted to go to Disneyland, I would have gone to Disneyland, because it actually felt like Disneyland, like I was waiting for some sort of ride or something. That's how bad it was. So yeah, it was kind of like one of those things where it was like, yeah, don't ever do that again. And it really sucks because to get there, it took a great deal of effort. Like, I don't have like an off-road car, but we had to drive like, I think it was like almost 8 miles on a completely unpaved dirt road that was only large enough for one car, and people were driving like these huge gigantic trucks and SUVs on them. I'm like, you are taking up the entire road. Like, I literally had to drive off the edge of the road in order to get by some of these people. It was ridiculous. And like, with how busy that little off-road was, I should have sort of known that like this was not the sort of place that we were looking for. So I mean, other than that, it was actually kind of a perfect trip. So I got exactly what I wanted. Everything went amazingly according to plan, which is, you know, kind of weird. Usually when I plan stuff, things go wrong all the time. But yeah, so it was pretty good. I had a great time. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be recording more videos and having fun with you guys. And I think we've pretty much tapped out. Yeah, this is the same place I've been for a while now. We've pretty much tapped out this cave. I'm sorry we didn't find anything good, but you know, we're still sort of Minecraft poor, so you know, all the coal and iron that we've gotten will definitely help us out. So again, just a reminder, we definitely want you guys to ooh, sweet lapis. Oh yeah, that update's still not here. That reminds me. You know, I kind of was like, oh, you know, the 1.8 update will probably be here by the time we get back from vacation. Nope, still not here. So, that's a little disappointing. Get your stuff together, Mojang. But yeah, so comments and questions for the update episode, or the Q&A episode rather, definitely want those. I really enjoyed the last one, and I'm looking forward to the next one. You guys can leave comments and questions about my trip. You can leave comments and questions about KigerCraft, computers. Bears will answer math questions, but don't give them your homework. Don't do that. So, you know, any kind of questions you guys want to ask, go ahead and get those questions out now, and we will start gathering them and tabulating them. And you know, Bear's relationship advice, Bear, and we will start answering them for the next episode, which is going to be episode 20. So yeah, do that. Remember to like the video and share it with your friends, because they will always enjoy KigerCraft just as you do. So do that stuff, and we'll see you next time. Take care.